What's going on, guys? Now, when it comes to buying a good headset, it's really hard. There are so many different options on the market, especially depending on which platform that you're on. Now, for me, I was under the idea that I want to get the headset that goes with the company that's made by them because they're going to get the best experience. But that doesn't always seem to be the case, especially with this one in particular. Now, for those who may not know, Microsoft actually just re-released their wireless headset. I went online about a few weeks ago and I noticed that they were all sold out of stock. Well, that's because apparently they were replacing them with their new revision. And we actually just got these boys in. Well, we had them in for like over a week now, but we got the Xbox new headphones in and we're actually going to talk about them and whether these new Xbox wireless headphones are actually worth spending the money to upgrade to get these. But before we do, if you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow the socials, like, dislike, whatever you want to do, it all helps out. But okay, so like I said, these are the new wireless headphones. I know it may be a little hard to tell, especially if you have a pair of the old headphones, but these are in fact the new 2024 edition of the wireless headphones. And personally, I wasn't a huge fan of their last line. Actually, I was actually very furious with their previous headphones. So when I heard that they were actually coming out with a new model, I kind of flew and got them because I was hoping for something better. Now, I will say that I have gone through a couple of pairs of my last previous headphone. Hopefully these will be a little bit better. The issue really was durability. It kept breaking. Maybe that's just me being heavy-handed, but my PlayStation, I only had to get one pair, and since I've had the PlayStation for like, what is it, 4 years now? So I don't know. Now, like I said, they look extremely similar. You just look at it and hold it side by side. The only real noticeable difference between these headphones and the old one is that there's no green ring around the actual, knobs here that you turn. Because these actually, for those who don't know, these actually are knobs that control the sound and things like that. Everything about it is exactly the same. Even how they feel, they still feel the same. So the thing is, if you was not a fan of how the other ones felt, if they felt a little flimsy or uncomfortable, or they felt really comfortable to you, this feels 100% identical. Like, it feels no difference. If you was to just drop this in my hand with my other headphones, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between them. Now, as far as what's more important, do these things function? I don't know if I talked about it in my previous videos, but one issue I've had with Xbox's previous headphones and why I flew to get these at like the second I heard that these were coming out was that my old headphones have a problem with a lot of disconnecting with Bluetooth issues. And it doesn't matter if I'm using these headphones on my Xbox or when I go to my PC. A lot of times when I'm playing games, the sound will just chop in and out. So I went on a bunch of different forums, Microsoft, Reddit, whatever, and I seen that this is a common thread for a lot of people. Now, some people don't have these issues at all, but a lot of people do. And there's so many different things that they said that you can see about doing. Make sure your controller's fully charged because that has some issue with these. Make sure that mic monitoring, I think it's called, is turned off. There's like a list of different things that would actually make those old headphones better, but nothing seemed to work. And I really think I just boiled it down to being a software issue with those headphones working with the Xbox because Microsoft doesn't seem to actually want to update some of the stuff in the background, like their DVR recording, for example. Microsoft, update that, by the way. So I flew out and got these hoping that will solve my issue. And to my surprise, it didn't solve anything. There's a lot of good to talk about when it comes to these headphones, and I will get to the good, but I cannot focus on that until I talk about the issue, the fact that these things still have almost just as bad as a disconnect issue as my previous models did. It would randomly work some days, and some days it just randomly will be unplayable. I will be playing online with my wife who's just in a room over from me, and my sound on my Xbox would constantly drop, constantly disconnect. Now, I know I haven't did a room tour in a while, but for the most part, my Xbox isn't that far from me. Neither is my computer when I hook it up to my computer, and I still have a constant dropping. There'll be times I'll be playing the game and literally it will totally disconnect audio where I can't hear anything, and then it starts coming back out on my TV again. That happened with my old pair, that happens with my new one. So that is a huge issue for me. I highly doubt it's anything that's going on in the environment that it's in, because again, I've seen a lot of people complain about this, and I was hoping that Microsoft fixed this, but it still seems to be an issue with it. Maybe it's still the software. I don't really feel that it's the hardware itself. I think it has something to do with the software, but I don't know. I could be wrong with that. Let's talk about some positives about this. I know I kind of ranted on that because that really bothers me. The whole point of this headphones was about a few things. One, the 20-hour long battery life, and it has Dolby Atmos when you get it out the box. Now, with the previous headphones, you had Dolby Atmos. You had to go download the Dolby Atmos app. I don't know if you have to do it with these because I already have it. You had to pay like $15. I don't know if that just carried over to these headphones, but Xbox is marketing these headphones with Dolby Atmos. And I will say there is a noticeable difference in sound quality compared to these headphones to the previous ones. So for example, I went ahead and played a few different games to see how the sound worked, and like I said, there's noticeable difference. When you're playing like an online competitive game, you actually can hear footsteps significantly better. I kept pairing and unpairing both headphones just to see what it was like, and I was able to hear a noticeable difference when it comes to footsteps. Also, explosions, gunfire, it's a lot more punchy, and like you can actually feel like there's subwoofers. It's not really subwoofers, but it feels like there's actually subwoofers on your ear because there's a little bit of vibration, I feel like, with the headphones when you listen to it. That was not there with the old headphones. The old headphones was a little bit more muddy, a little bit more muted when it came to using them. And so, I mean, it served its purpose. It was okay. And look, I'm not an audiophile at all, but people that are really into sound quality are not going to really enjoy those headphones. In a lot of respects, those old headphones are just a total pass. When it comes to these are a little bit better. Now, they do cost a little bit more. They cost like $9 extra. I think the old headphones were like about $100. These are $109. I don't know if that's paying for the Dolby Atmos built into it, which would make sense if you're paying for Dolby Atmos. And that is a huge selling point. And if you do want Dolby Atmos, these are probably one of your cheapest headphones that you can get that has Dolby Atmos in them. If I haven't mentioned, this also can pair between not only your Xbox, your PC, but also mobile devices like your phone. And one of the coolest features that I do like about these are the fact that if I'm playing my Xbox, I do have these paired up to my phone, so if someone does call me, I can pick up the phone and talk to them while still hearing game audio at the same time. So that's why I did gravitate to these headphones. Unfortunately, that is not a strong enough selling point. As far as battery life goes, this does have a significantly noticeable better battery life as well. The battery life on these do seem to last a lot longer than my previous headphones, which the battery on my previous ones weren't horrible. I could probably make it through like 2 different days of playing on my previous headphones. These seem to last longer off of full charges, but that's just me. Maybe I'm not playing as long as other people. At the end of the day, these do last really well, and like I said, just simply charging them after a few days seems to make it work fine without running into any issues. Like I said, I have been using this for about over a week now. And kind of outside of that, like I said, going back to the comfort thing, if the previous models, if you ever tested it and the previous models were not comfortable to you, these are not going to feel any better because they're the exact same feel when it comes to the cushion. They don't feel any differently or anything like that. But for those who maybe never wore these and are curious, are they comfortable? For me personally, they feel pretty comfortable. Now, for super long game hours, it does seem to be a little bit sweaty, the material that they use, which isn't horrible. I don't know why. I just feel like if I play this for like, you know, crazy long amount of time, I need to take these off to hold heat on me, but maybe that's because of the noise cancellation. But I don't know, maybe that's just typical for these type of headphones. I don't know, but they do seem to hold a little bit more heat than my PlayStation headphones do. Now, these headphones also seem to do a better job at muting background noises than my previous headphones did. A lot of people seem to not notice any background noises or sound because it does have a better like auto muting when it comes to these headphones. And I actually do appreciate that. I actually also have the overlay on my Xbox, so when I'm talking, I can see if I'm talking or whoever's talking pops up at the top of my screen. And when I'm using these, it doesn't seem to pick up a lot of background noise unless I really wanted to pick up noise. Now, obviously something is blaring in the background, it's going to pick that up. But for the most part, these do a really good job of only picking up my audio. There's obviously a mute button on here, and you can actually see a white light that lights up. The problem that a lot of people have, and they didn't really seem to fix this, is that the microphone itself isn't really that long. So some people may not necessarily notice. It has a little white LED light that comes on to let you know if you're muted or unmuted. It doesn't seem to be that long. I really wish that Microsoft took the time to make it a little bit longer. And I feel like to do that, this probably would cost more money because they would have had to redesign this. But they made it a little bit longer, so it's more in your field of view to see if you're muted or unmuted. That would have been a really great add-on that they could have done, but they didn't. The other thing that would have been great that they add on is I kind of wish this thing came with a dongle. I'm personally over the 100% wireless headphones, and maybe it's just I'm burnt by this exact headphone, or at least the older version of this and this one. But it does seem like when I use headphones with dongles, the connection seems to be significantly better. But I wish Microsoft did come out with a dongle option for this. I don't know if the Xbox will support dongles, but I really wish they did, because I just feel like the connection of these could have been improved. And that's really the thing that hinders this for me. All the good that it does have, like I said, the better battery life, the better microphone. It does have a slight noticeable difference when it comes to sound quality, but it's nothing like horribly drastic. It's nothing like night or day. I was switching in a single match between this headphone and my other headphones, and personally, no one in my party could tell the difference. They didn't know I was switching the whole time. So it is better, but I think you have to actually know that it's going on to actually know that the sound's better. Outside of that, I don't think most people are going to realize that the sound's that much better, if anything. As far as mic quality goes, you talking into the mic, you yourself wearing these, you're going to notice the sound quality difference. Now, is it this huge, big change where it's worth running out and buy these? I'm being 100% honest with you. Personally, I wouldn't suggest buying these headphones. Now, for the price, it's not that bad. I guess it's $100. Just for me, it's a little hard to still justify these because I had such a horrible time connecting with these. Maybe they'll get better. They seem to have improved a little bit over the days using this when it comes to connecting with it, but I've had so many issues with these headphones constantly dropping, constantly disconnecting, that I would be worried recommending these headphones, and the fact that other people may have this issue as well. There's other headphones out there that you can get, maybe like SteelSeries, for example, or a list of other headphones that you can probably buy. But personally, like I said, I wouldn't necessarily suggest these. Now, if you do want them, if you do just want to be on brand, you do want to get them, they are good headphones and they are significantly better sound quality. And if it wasn't for the disconnecting, I would 100% recommend these headphones for, you know, really good full wireless headphones that sound pretty good for a, you know, decent price. If it wasn't for the disconnecting. The disconnecting is the only reason why I would suggest not to buy this. Everything else across the board seems to be pretty standard. Nothing's gonna blow you away with these. One thing I do also like, and this is something that the old model had, which, like I said, my PlayStation 3D Pulse ones don't have. I love the fact that they're not buttons so much on here for the sound. It's literally just turning the knob. When I'm in a game, it feels like it's much easier just turning the thing on the side of my head. Maybe I just need something simple, but I love that personally. So for that aspect, I do love it. I'm gonna keep these headphones. I'm not getting rid of them. For what they are, they're okay, but I may end up buying another pair of headphones because, like I said, my biggest issue is that this thing drops way too freaking much when I'm trying to play any game. And that goes for my PC when I'm playing on my Windows 11 PC. When I'm playing on my Xbox, it drops pretty much almost the same. I'm curious to see if Microsoft's going to come out with anything to address these dropped issues, because with the last headphones, it didn't seem like they really addressed it that much at all, and it seemed like this was the answer to that. But because I didn't notice anything different, I don't know what to feel about that. But anyways, comment down below if you guys are picking these up, if you guys even seen these ones. It seems like these went under the radar for a lot of people, and maybe that's because most gamers probably already have their headphones that they're kind of like interested in, that they want, and they're not really looking to buy new headphones, especially this far into the generation. But like I said, it went under the radar and I wanted to post and talk about it. Anyways, comment down below, what do you guys feel about this? If you're picking up this headphone, if you're not picking up, I'm just interested in your thoughts. And as always, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And thanks so much for sticking to the end and watching this whole video. Anyways, I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.